What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another Fire Emblem Three Houses video. It's been a while since we've done one of these, and Famitsu went live with a huge article talking about various different mechanics. Actually, there's so much information that I can't go over all of it in one video, but I wanted to break down some of the more interesting parts of it. And of course, if you want to read the full thing, you can check out the link in the description below. Shout outs to Perfectly Nintendo for rounding up all of this information and translating as well. So we're starting off with the Omens of Unrest. First, two new characters are introduced. They are evil beings found in the Garreg Mach, who attack students of the Officers Academy and the members of the Church of Sedos. They have open hostility against the church, though their ultimate goal remains shrouded in mystery. One thing's for sure, their very existence is a threat to peace. You have the Grim Reaper Knight. These two are very menacing looking. There are rumors about a mysterious knight killing people at night in the Garreg Mach, but this stopped being a mere rumor when the said knight suddenly appeared in front of the protagonist. The Grim Reaper Knight looks like a rather lonesome being that isn't of this world. Then you have the Lord of Flames, a mysterious person who sometimes appears near the monastery. They wear a long cloak, their face is hidden behind a mask, and their identity is completely shrouded in mystery. It looks like the thieves who attacked the students at the Officers Academy at the beginning of the game were doing so under the orders of the Lord of Flames. So it seems like this Lord of Flames fellow can definitely affect other people to do evil things for them for a promise of something. So we're gonna have to figure that out once we play the game. Now, Fire Emblem Three Houses does have multiple story segments, and it's interesting how you get through them. Now, as mentioned several times before, the protagonist becomes a teacher at the Officers Academy, and at the beginning of the game, you have to choose which one of the three classes to teach. This does have an impact on the story, because while the events that occur at the end of each segment are the same, those that occur before and after are different. You will sometimes get to see a certain story segment from a completely different point of view depending on the class you picked. So that's going to go ahead and add in replay value right there, because there's going to be different things to see. Now, for example, there's a story segment about serious incidents occurring near the Church of Sedos, which revolves around characters from a given class and looks like only one character knows the truth. Another story segment is about a revolt led by Lord Ronant. In the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, Sir Ronant, Lord of Gaspar, raises an army against the Church of Sedos. The protagonists and their students are then tasked with culling that rebellion, which will bring to light disturbing elements surrounding the church. And that's the battle that we saw on the first trailer for Fire Emblem Three Houses with the Church of Sedos versus the Old Man. That's definitely that battle. So that's cool to know a little bit more information about that. Now, we are going to talk more about the classes in Fire Emblem Three Houses and what you're going to be able to upgrade to. This is some new information on this. Now, this time, we do get some details about the intermediate classes that you can choose for units that have reached level 10 and passed an intermediate exam. Speaking of the classes, there are skills and techniques that can only be learned by maximizing a given class, which is nothing new for Fire Emblem at all. If you've played the game, you guys all know about that. But first, some details about the class change. Once you have passed an exam, they can switch class at any time without any sort of restrictions. You can then make many changes to your army without having to spend a single item, unlike past Fire Emblem games where you did have to use the Master Seal item, and yeah, it was a little bit of a pain, so that's good. What's more is that units can equip the same weapons even if they switch class, with some exceptions though. That being said, keep in mind that changing classes means a unit will lose access to its class skills. So there's definitely some benefits for this that's better than previous games, but you will lose access to those class skills. But overall, definitely a better system in place now at this point than what they had before. Now, here are some intermediate classes found in Fire Emblem Three Houses. You have a Lord, which is like Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude are the leaders of their respective house. In order to make most of their charismatic skill, it's recommended to go with the formation centered around Lord. Class skill, Charisma. During battle, any allies in adjacent spaces get damage +3 when they attack enemies, which is definitely going to be good for the hardcore or the hardest playthroughs of the game. Then you have Thief. They have great skills and speed. They can also steal items from enemies. Their class skill, Steal, allows them to steal items from enemies that are slower than them, which excludes weapons, and I'm glad that they really put that there, that are slower than them, and it's not just random. If they're slower, you can steal the item. That's good. Then you have the class skill, Open Key, allows you to open locked doors or chests without a key, which is something that Fire Emblem has done before. You also have Knight. They do not have any class skills, but they boast really high defense, can be used as tanks during battle. You're definitely going to need knights out there. Then you have the Pegasus Knight, which is a female only class, which is traditional, can fly over rivers, mountains, etc. class skill, repositioning if the unit has movement power. And then you have another class skill, which is avoid, which gets you +10. So they're going to be hard to hit. Then you have archers in the game. They use bows, of course, and their class skill is bow range, which increases their bow range. Then you have the priest, is a unit favors white magic, who generally serves as a healer, and you know you're going to need a healer in this game. The class skills for the priest are heal, of course, and white magic recovery, which grants white magic recovery +5. So you guys are seeing some shots of that as well. Now I do want to get into different weekend activities, because we did learn about stuff that you can do during the week, but there's also stuff that you can do on the weekend in your free time. Now, if you select the shop, you can check out the market where weapons can be bought and sold and where various accessories can be purchased. If you select skip, then you can skip any date on the calendar. If you choose that option, then the game will automatically select activities for you. During the weekend, there's 4 activities you can choose from. You can stroll. You can take a stroll in the Garak Monastery. There's various facilities for you to check out, but keep in mind, those use some of your time. As the story progresses, more and more facilities become available. You can discuss with other students and various people at the monastery and save your strength in preparation of the battles ahead. There's conversations you can discuss with the various people at the monastery, including fellow teachers. You can also set up self-study sessions and various other teaching elements during the weekend. Quest. You can help people by clearing quests. Those are available from the bulletin boards found on the monastery. You can earn rewards by clearing specific battles, including exclusive knights. Yo, that's actually pretty cool. You have some side quests that you can do there. Teaching. By talking to fellow teachers or knights, you can improve one of your skills. The skill improved depends on who you decide to talk to. Fishing. Ooh, fishing, let's go. In between battles and teaching sessions, you can go and relax with a little bout of fishing. The fish caught can be used as ingredients for dishes to eat in the cafeteria, or you can sell it to the shops. It looks like there's a rare fish to catch. We gotta catch that rare fish. And you have the cafeteria. You can choose one character to cook with the dishes granted a temporary power to all units. You can then invite 2 characters and eat together. Greenhouse. There you can grow various plants and crops. The crops can then be used as ingredients for cooking, and the flowers can be given as presents. That's really awesome that they included that. I love this whole weekend activities things, and kind of plays into part in some of the stuff that you can do like in the barracks and in your camp in previous games, but it's obviously a little bit more organized here with all the different things that you can do. And fishing is something that's completely brand new, so I do like that they have those activities there. Now, when you take a stroll, a mini map is displayed on the upper right of the screen. This not only allows you to see where you are, but also spot where characters related to quests are located. By pressing the R button, you can open up the map screen, which shows where each character is located. You can also move instantly to any place you have already visited. Then you have the short courses. You and your students can attend classes held by other teachers, knights, and even the protagonist. Up to 6 persons can attend one, including the protagonist. The students attending those are automatically selected based on their motivation level and skills they're trying to improve. The protagonist can be one of the lecturers, but if they're not, they attend the class as a student. Then you have sortie. You can take part in free battles that are not part of the main story. Since your level needs to be high enough to tackle those, it's recommended to do so at the end of the month, once the characters have been properly trained. Battles for some quests do appear in the sortie. Also, if you're playing on normal, then free battles that do not consume any time appear, which is perfect to train some more without having to worry about wasting precious free time. But that's not all. There's also special guided battles, only available for a limited time, featuring scenarios and battles centered around specific allies. If you clear those, you will get items and knights related to those allies. And then there's rest. Training, teaching, battles, all those are important, but it's also taking time to rest. If you choose to rest, then you can improve your skills in your own room without doing anything. The students will also get some free time, which will improve their motivation levels. So guys, that is just a ton of different information here. And some of the stuff that we just talked about here, being able to take a stroll, that's like when there's the free roaming part. So we've already seen that there's going to be free roaming parts in the monastery, and that's pretty much explaining all the different stuff that you can do in there. So this was a ton of information, a bunch of new screenshots, and I'm thoroughly excited about all of this stuff. I love the free weekend stuff, the weekend activity stuff where you can go fishing, and the conversations, the quests, side quests, special guiding battles. All of that stuff is going to make this game might be the greatest Fire Emblem, man. I mean, it's looking like they've added so much content to the game and so much extra things that you can do. I'm really excited to see what else they have in store for us. But all of that stuff there was just a fraction of information. There's actually a lot more. Like I said, if you want to check out the link in the description below, you can definitely do so. But I'm really excited now for Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was already super excited, but learning more about this information and the gameplay mechanics and how the general flow of the game is really cool. So what do you guys think about all this different information for Fire Emblem Three Houses? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.